Hello, welcome to Company and Partnership Law. Today we will deal with Section 2, which is on types of debentures. Session objectives. By the end of this session, you should be able to list and explain 3 types of debentures, describe what crystallization refers to, and draw a line of distinction between floating charge and fixed charge. The types of debentures are as follows. We have either perpetual or redeemable debenture. With perpetual debenture, it cannot be redeemed. But with redeemable debenture, there's a date in which the company can redeem that debenture, that the company can buy that debenture back. Convertible and non-convertible debentures. With convertible debenture, there's a term in the agreement when the debenture was issued that at a point in time, the debenture holder will be allowed to convert it to shares if he or she wants. That there's an option for a debenture holder, convertible debenture holder, to convert it into shareholder. With non-convertible, there is no room for the holder of that preferred shareholder to convert it to shares. We also have naked or secure debenture. Sometimes when you take loan, you may secure it with collateral. Sometimes too, you not secure it with collateral. So where a debenture is secured with collateral, it is called the secured debenture, or where there is no security attached to it, it is called a naked debenture. With the secured debenture, we have 2 types. We have debenture secured by floating charge and debenture secured by fixed charge. The floating charge is an equitable charge on the assets, the whole assets or specific parts of the assets of the company, whilst the fixed charge is a charge which is created on the specific assets of the company. What is then crystallization? Crystallization in simple terms is the process whereby a floating charge is converted to a fixed charge and it becomes enforceable. If you look at the case of George Cohen Limited v. Comet Construction Limited, Ghana Commercial Bank being the claimant, Edusei defined what crystallization is, and that's what he stated. He said, and I quote, "Crystallization takes place, among other things, when a receiver is appointed, and in such circumstances, the company, and in any case, the judgment debtor, cannot deal with the property comprised in the security without the consent of the debenture holder." So crystallization will take place when a receiver is appointed. Once a receiver is appointed, if a judgment creditor means that someone, the court has pronounced that he should pay a certain amount of money to the winning party, that the judgment creditor. Once receiver is appointed as a judgment creditor, you cannot touch the property or you cannot deal with the property again. Act 992 of Ghana, that's the Companies Act 2019, Act 992, defines crystallization, and specifically, if you look at the provisions of Section 90, subsection 1 and 2, it defines crystallization as follows. Said, a floating charge is an equitable charge over the whole or a specified part of the underlying and assets of the company, both present and future. So it first of all defines what a floating charge is, and it is simply stated that a floating charge is an equitable charge over the whole or a specific. So the key word is either the whole of the asset or specified part of the undertaking and the assets of the company, either present, or future. This means that it deals with the stock in trade. You buy, you sell, you make, those ones. Now, a floating charge does not preclude the company from dealing with the assets of the company. So what this means that if a company takes loan from you or from another company and it is secured by a floating charge, the company will also or can use the same asset to secure another loan. So the company is using the whole of its assets, whether the present one or the future one they are yet to buy, as a collateral. Now it will only preclude the person or the company from dealing with the floating charge only when the charge is crystallized, and the charge crystallized in this form. The security becomes enforceable, and the holder of the security pursuant to the power in that behalf in the debenture or the deed securing the same appoint a receiver, as you saw in the Cohen case, receiver or manager, or enters in possession of those assets. It simply means that when a floating charge crystallized into face charge, the company is prohibited from dealing with that asset. The court appoints a receiver or manager of the asset on application of the holder. So the holder of the floating charge may also apply to the court to appoint a receiver, and once that one is done, the company cannot deal with the asset again. When the company goes into liquidation is the process whereby a functional corporate body ceases to be a functional corporate body. You want to look at floating charge as against face charge, the difference between a floating charge and a face charge. In the case of Yorkshire, in the case of Erie Yorkshire v. Ukamba Association Limited, Roma LJ said the following, and I quote, "I certainly think that if a charge has the three characters that I'm about to mention, it is a floating charge." So he's saying that the point that I'm going to mention, if a charge contains all these features, then it's a floating charge. One, he said, if it is a charge over the class of assets of the company if it is a charge on a class of assets on a company present and future, it means that a charge on the assets of the company, both the present assets and the future ones, if the class is on which in the ordinary course of the business of the company will be changing from time to time. As I said, you buy, you sell, you make, you sell, you make, you sell, you buy, you sell. Those at last they keep on changing. 3. If you find that by the charge it is contemplated that until some future step is taken by or on behalf of those interested in the charge, the company may carry on its business in the usual way as far as the particular class of asset I am dealing with. So it gives these three distinct key features of a company floating charge. You should also know that, as I said, a debenture secured by a face charge is a loan to the company which specific property of the company is used as security for repayment. So with fixed asset, it is on a specific asset of the company. So maybe you use the company's building as a collateral. So whenever the amount is due and they are not able to pay, you can only apply to the court that the house should be sold to for it to be used to pay your debt. On the other hand, as you indicated, floating charge is an equitable charge over the whole. We indicated over a whole or a specified part of the asset or undertaking of the company, both present and future. In terms of priority, a fixed charge always has priority over a floating charge affecting the same property. So if you have one property, maybe a building, a fixed charge has been created, a floating charge has been created. The one with fixed charge will have priority over the floating charge holder. It means that when it is due for payment, the one with fixed charge will be paid first in respect of the same assets. Now, when there's a fixed charge, fixed, the first in time. When there's floating, the first in time. The exception to the rule that fixed charge will always have a priority over a floating charge is that where the fixed charge was, so we are looking at the exception, where the fixed charge was created first, where the fixed charge was created first, and there's a prohibition clause in the agreement that the company should not use that asset to create any charge that will have priority over that floating charge, and the third party who is giving the loan, the second loan, is aware of this actual notice, then the floating charge holder will have priority over the fixed charge. By way of summary, this session deals with the types of debentures. Some examples include perpetual debenture, convertible, naked debenture, secured debenture. You also learned that crystallization refers to the event which triggers a floating charge to become fixed charge and enforceable. It also came out that clear that a fixed charge generally has priority over a floating charge affecting the same property, subject to few exceptions. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.